MEE conducted 3 focus groups on behalf of the New Jersey Family Planning League. These mixed-gender groups were conducted in Cumberland and Gloucester counties, which have some of the highest rates of sexually transmitted diseases among young people in the state of New Jersey. All of the participants were parents or primary caregivers of tweens and teens between the age of 12 and 14 years old. In the first group, MEE spoke with parents from Millville, Bridgeton, Upper Deerfield, and Vineland. In the second group, parents were from Glassboro and Williamstown. In the third group, participants lived in Glassboro, Williamstown, and Clayton. Parents are the most important influencers of the behaviors of their children, even as they grow into adolescence and beyond. This research was conducted to inform a campaign that will encourage and empower parents and other caregivers to actively engage their children in early and effective dialogue about sex and sexual health issues. In other words, having the talk. The campaign development process involved parents who live in these communities to help with the development of messages for their peers, other parents. We asked for their feedback and honest opinions about creative concepts under consideration for the campaign. We explored their knowledge, attitudes, and barriers to having the talk. Key insights and recommendations are reflected in this documentary.
They're very racial. They pick on black people a lot.
Man, we don't mess with them, they don't mess with us. I mean, we just stay to ourselves.
Okay.
Currently, when I first moved there, it was some issues with some neighbors. They videotape you, and they would call the cops and say my kids was being too loud. They're kids. That's what kids do.
Like everyone kind of sort of knows each other. So we all kind of look out for each other.
Okay.
It's a great neighborhood to live in.
I'm like the mother of the neighborhood. The kids love me. My kids, we all get along.
Country.
Country?
Yes.
Can you describe, what does that mean? So it's just, when you say country.
Country to me, a city life is fast. It's always on the go. Out here in Cumberland, it's slow. Everything just runs slow.
It's very slow. I find the people very rude.
I don't know, it's like kind of quiet in the daytime, but then at night, it's like a lot of activity going on. It's a lot of kids outside, a lot of teens outside.
It's a lot of drug activity, it's like they never sleep on your street. They up all night.
It's a lot of shootings, it's a lot of followers than leaders.
You know what I mean? Then I'm used to the drug activity and all that, because that's all over Atlantic City too. All right, I can adapt to that. But as far as like my kids growing up and I don't want that for my kids.
It's the other kids, like talking,
Peer pressure.
you know, and you got your kids coming back to you. Sometimes they tell you what's going on, then sometimes they don't. They want to keep it to themselves.
Watching her with adults. Not so much the children, because there's not that many children in our community. But I guess because I have 2 older boys and then having a girl is just different. So my main concern is just watching her with the adults.
Year-round program, they have the summer program, and Mr. Ben makes it affordable to all. He works with you. He's a wonderful guy.
The Boys and Girls Club, I think, is a great resource for my children.
Right.
Our community, we have, we just started this year. The young lady that works there has a lunch and snack program. They also got a reading program for the kids. So yeah, we pretty much come together as parents to help.
For my area in Bridgeton, there's one around the corner from me, which is a good thing. My kids took to that. They had a homework club. So she has resources where somebody took her under her wing.
They had the Arm Center, which is a rec center. It's ran by a church. They also have the PAL program, which the community, the cops, that's their program they have with the kids. I mean, it's out there. The only thing is the kids willing to go there.
Where do you guys stand on teen sexual health issues?
The kids these days are growing fast. They're maturing way faster than we did as growing up.
I think television, internet nowadays, we're not even talking about 10 years old anymore. These days in time, kids, 7 and 8 and 9, they can work technology better than us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where kids get ideas from now, as in sex, guns, drugs. You can look all this stuff up on YouTube.
I don't think teens should have sex, but if you think how teens is now, they got their mind set on going out here and experiencing things that they shouldn't be experiencing.
I don't think teens should be having sex either. If they're gonna go sneak and do it anyway, I kind of try to tell my daughters that it's not good. It's diseases out here, and at that age, boys, they don't really know what love is. They're just having fun.
I explain to her, I just keep it real with her. I don't even beat around the bush because it's no sense of playing with it. I just let her know. It's only one thing out here. He has nothing to offer you. You're too young. You need to go to college. When you're done college and all that is said and done, if then you choose whatever you want to live in your life, as long as you from now to 24, yeah.
We come from a very religious background, so she understands even at 10 that even though you love someone, unless you're getting married to that person, sex isn't an option.
Yes, abstinence is my position.
Until what?
Until you get out my house.
How did your parents talk to you about sex, if at all?
They didn't.
Okay,
The only thing my parents told me was don't.
Well, my mom, for instance, she raised 4 kids by herself. So she was basically like, oh, you have sex, you get pregnant, you can't live here.
My mom was kind of like a single parent, so she really, talking about sex wasn't really allowed.
My mom really didn't. She was a single parent. Like, she was raised Catholic, so they believed in marriage before sex and all that stuff. So when she found out my brothers were, she just sat us all down together and she just like, are you having sex? Are you having? But she never explained the ins and outs. Like, I had to learn from everybody else.
My mom was really strict. Like, we couldn't really talk about, my grandma did. And, she came, she used to talk to us about condoms and different things. And I used to think it was funny because I was younger back then.
If I did have any questions or if I was thinking about it, I kind of had to go like to my friends or like another elder that I knew that would keep what I was saying to her in confident.
My grandmother, fortunately, she did have sex education classes with me and my cousins every weekend.
I think I was about 12 when my mom talked to me about it. She asked me, was I having sex? I told her, yeah. So she asked me, do you wear condoms? I said, at the time, I said, no, I don't, She said, well, you need to wear a condom if you're going to have sex. So I don't mind you having sex, but wear a condom. You know what I mean? She said, because you're going to do it. I'm not going to hide it from you. I'm not going to tell you not to do it because you're going to rebel and you're going to do it anyway. Right. So she was like, I'd rather talk to you and teach you the right way before you go out there the wrong way and mess yourself up.
What do you say or do differently from your parents?
You have to be up front with your kids, straightforward, no sugarcoating nothing with your kids when it comes down to sex.
Come to me first so I can explain to you and let you know the ins and outs and the odds and ends. And therefore, we'll go from there.
We always have conversations about, like, I make it clear, like, I'd rather you come ask me than you come to me and tell me something afterwards.
My daughter, I actually started talking to her when she was like 8 because she started developing before her girlfriends, and she was kind of like, not openly, but like, look at me. So I'm like, wait a minute, I need to start, talking to her because I think she felt like she was more special, like, oh, I'm starting to get stuff that my other peers aren't. My daughter's 10, and I let her know, once you start kissing, a kiss on the cheek, next, they're trying to touch you. So next, they're touching your breast, touching your, your behind. Next is grinding. After grinding, the next thing is penetration. So all of these things lead up to that.
They need to know, like, that you can get pregnant. They need to know there's a condom. They need to know there's a woman and man condom. I tell my daughter, I'm rugged raw. I don't play with her. I let her know, you do, it's gonna hurt. This is what's gonna happen. I've showed her in books, this is what this looks like. Different kinds of STDs.
I just wanted to say, because my boys are older, when they started speaking to me about condoms, I actually gave it to them, because I never wanted them, and this might not be right to say, but girls are faster than boys.
They are. No, they are.
So I never wanted them to be in a position where they were at that heated moment and I didn't prepare them because I wasn't ready.
What would you need, and they could be tools, resources, information, videos, tips, techniques, what would you need as a parent to feel comfortable and empowered is the second part, both comfortable and empowered to kind of maintain a dialogue with your teen about your values and expectations around sex?
I like to read, so if you guys had like, you know, little booklets or little tablets and things like that to that nature, I'm a reader, so I would read and that would help me.
Because we use books in here for HIV/AIDS program that we have for the teenagers, and it's all words. There's no pictures, there's no details. It's pretty much just an overview, the entire program. That's not helpful because that's what they do in school. They read, they go to the health class, they read, they do homework. There's no detail, there's nobody coming in from experience of having an STD or that has HIV and or AIDS and speaking with the kids. Like, they need that tangible proof. So that's what I wish we had available, like, when it's time.
Like if you had like a hotline too that we could call, like if we got questions or concerns, somebody that understands, you know, not just something out of a book, somebody that understands, you know, because people need help on any given day. I know I do.
Start that conversation. What would you need?
I think they need more groups for preteens so they can sit down and just have somebody like on their level, not a parent, but have somebody groups where they can come out and just voice what they're feeling, or if they're scared to talk to their parents, like, I'm feeling this way and, you know, I'm ready to do this, and, you know, just in case they're not ready.
But would you as
I think for me, I would want to see teen focus groups like this. Like, because I really need to know why a 11-year-old would be having sex right now. Because my daughter is 10. So she's 1 minute from that age, from that type of scenario. So I think that would be something great, that where me and her can sit down and she's not always hearing me lecture, but she can see videos and hear stories from not 21-year-olds, from 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. I think we should have more campaigns, especially in school, because a lot of times our children, they learn from us, but they look at us as if we're kind of like ancestors. We're just old to them. And unfortunately, they're learning a lot of stuff from social media, from the internet. So I think if they had more of it within school where they're able to talk to their peers in a comfortable environment, they'll know that the things that they see in videos or on television isn't probably the correct way to go.
Yeah, because then that gives us time to talk at home. Like, it's better for them to get the information and then we can talk about it, because everything they tell them in school ain't right.
I mean, just tell me in your own words, what would you say to another parent that you guys know has a attended 14-year-old, and you kind of see what's happening and you see the influences, not only on the street level, but as Stephanie said, all through the internet and access that way. What would y'all say to another parent?
I would say you need to sit your kids down and talk to them. Keep them off certain things on the internet, certain things on TV, because TV, you know, shows a lot of stuff that kids shouldn't see. And just sit down and talk to them, and, you know, make sure, get them ready for the world, because that's what it is, the world.